December 22nd, 2004 was a cold, icy day. My whole family just got back from watching a series of unfortunate events at the movies. We were all in a temporary rental car. My mom specifically said that day, "Girls, put on your seatbelts." I was a cool, invincible 5th grader, so I turned to my cousin, snickered, and pretended to put my seatbelt on. A few minutes later, on an overpass, we hit the black ice. Our car spun out of control until we hit the cement barricade. I was originally in the middle seat, but I was thrown over my sister and my face broke through the window. My eye was scratched up pretty badly, but just having an eye patch for Christmas and having a scar is great to what could have happened. February 1st, 2012 was different. I buckled in behind the wheel and I told the little girl that I babysat to buckle up too. It was a normal Wednesday. We drove to her house on the same roads. Halfway there, Jordan yanked the steering wheel. I couldn't correct it. We drove through a field, crashed through a fence, and flipped 6 times. It was the most intense, longest 3 seconds of my life. The car stopped, and so did my heart. I drew in a deep breath as I looked to my right to see if little Jordan, who was like my own, was still breathing. She looked up at me with teary eyes and reached out to me. I picked her up, carried her out of my door, and we walked away. I know it's because of the seatbelts we were able to abandon my crushed Chevy Malibu with minor soreness and minor scratches. Seatbelts save lives. Are seatbelts really all that helpful? According to Texas Click It or Ticket, in Texas alone in 2011, nearly 3,000 people died in car accidents, and almost half of them were not buckled up. 97% of those uninjured in potentially fatal accidents were buckled up. Wearing a seatbelt reduces the risk of death in cars by at least 45%. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in 2006, at least 15,383 lives were saved by seatbelts. Car accidents take so many lives every day. Why do we continue to not wear seatbelts? Common reasons to not wear seatbelts are the coolness factor, the opposing factor, and the distance factor. Like I illustrated in my story before, people just think it's okay to look cool no matter what happens. But since when is saving your life uncool? I think it's way cooler to be alive than in a coffin. The people who oppose seatbelts. Some people think that seatbelts are more dangerous than they are safe. Little Jordan did get a little scratch on her neck from her seatbelt, but I think that's a lot better than her being hurled out of the missing windshield. And some people think it's uncomfortable, and they just really need to get over that, because I think seatbelts are more comfortable than death. Often when we're going a few blocks away, we think it's okay to ditch the safety. Click It or Ticket says, seemingly routine trips can be deceptively dangerous. Most fatal crashes happen within 25 miles of home and at speeds of less than 40 miles per hour. No matter how far you go or how familiar you are with it, always buckle up. Why wouldn't you wear a seatbelt? In the U.S., they save about 15,000 lives every year. They rock. According to Steve Watson, an estimated 1.2 million people around the world die in car accidents in 1 year. Seatbelts could have saved so many of these lives. We throw around the words saving lives and deaths like they're no big deal. The statistic becomes empty words, and we don't think about what we're saving here. We're losing best friends, sisters, parents, grandparents. They lose their lives. They lose opportunities. They can never fulfill their plans or love. They go so quickly without warning. So many people I know have been affected by car accident deaths. The stories are real. The pain is real. According to DriveSafety.com, more than 1,500 teenagers died in Texas in 2008 because they didn't wear their seatbelts. That's 1,500 mothers just like ours, weeping at their baby's coffin, wishing they could have changed things, blaming themselves for not enforcing safety of their child. That's 1,500 wooden white crosses on the side of the road with the names of our loved ones painted on them. 1,500 teens just in Texas. Is the slight discomfort on your chest enough to give up your future, your family, and your life? Is the peer pressure to not buckle up stronger than your dreams, hopes, and goals? What about telling your friends to buckle up? We're so silly for feeling intimidated. Show them you care and obey the law while you do it. Save their lives by telling them to buckle up. According to Click It or Ticket, 9 of 10 people buckle up when they're asked to do so. Buckling up is very simple. You start at the top and then go across and click it. It takes all of 2 seconds, and it saves more than 500,000 lives every year in the world. Don't put yourself in a coffin. Don't allow your dreams to only be printed in an obituary. Don't allow a family member to become a statistic. Don't let your friend become a white wooden cross on the side of the road. Be the example in the car. Be the 80% that wears their seatbelt. Get over your coolness and tell your loved ones to buckle up. Respect their lives. Respect yours. Appreciate life, embrace it, and buckle up.